Now, Stormwatch 12 weather on Newswatch 12.
Well, high temperatures today were in the 60s and 70s. However, we did make it to 80 degrees in Montague. We did make it to 74 here in Medford. So now we're at the halfway point of the month, and the average high for this time of year is 71 degrees. So by the time we get to Halloween, we're going to only be looking at average highs into the low 60s. So we're a little bit warmer today, and that's also because we were in a southwesterly flow. You can see plenty of moisture down to our southwest, the rain being picked up by radar in Northern California and here in Medford. So you can see we do have plenty of moisture down to our southwest. This will continue to filter into the area over the next 24 hours. Now, essentially from about 4 o'clock in the morning to 7 o'clock in the morning, that's when we should start seeing that rain approach the Oregon coast, and it will be heavy at times. Now, that rain will eventually shift inland, so roughly about 4 o'clock in the morning to 7 o'clock in the morning. Then from 7 to 11, that's when we should pretty much see that rain making it into the Rogue Valley. By the time we get towards, say, about 10, 11 o'clock, it should make it down towards Siskiyou County over by Mount Shasta City, Montague and Wairika, out to the Cascades, about that same time frame as well. But the early afternoon, that rain should make it to the Cascades. It's not going to survive a whole lot once it gets past Klamath Falls. So Lakeview might get just a little bit of rain. Klamath Falls will just get a little bit more. But in terms of once we get towards Tuesday morning, you can see we do have some clouds in the area, and that's just pretty much fog. So we could be looking at patchy fog possible on Tuesday morning, even along the Oregon coast. But then by the time we get to the afternoon, it's going to be looking pretty nice on Tuesday. Now, in terms of the rainfall forecast, 1/4 to 1/2 inch of rain is possible in the Oregon Cascades, southern Oregon Cascades. For the coast and the coastal mountains, an inch to 1.5 inches of rain will be possible, especially around Brookings. For the Rogue, Applegate, and Illinois Valley, is about 1/4 of an inch being possible. East side, generally less than 1/10 of an inch, so it's not really going to see a whole lot of rain east of the Cascades. In the Shasta Valley, maybe upwards of 2/10 of an inch. This model does a pretty decent job of showing those kind of precipitation amounts. We could be looking at 1/4 to 1/2 inch over towards Grants Pass with this particular system. So here's our quick moving system that moves through the area tomorrow. That pushes off towards the east, and then we have high pressure that really starts to build into the west coast, and it's going to be pretty warm, especially once we get towards Thursday. I'll show you more of that here in a second. But by the time we get towards Saturday, high pressure starts to fall apart. We get more of an onshore flow. Not a very strong system at this particular time, but that'll change the weather overall. The interesting thing is going to be once we get 7 to 10 days out from now, we're going to be looking at probably a potentially strong and cold system, even 7 to 10 days out. There's a lot of things that are kind of agreeing with this particular scenario. So this could be one of those events that starts to bring snow to Cascade passes. So we'll talk about more of this in the days to come. But currently it's 40s and 50s, 40s and 50s up towards the northern part of east the Cascades. 60 though in Klamath Falls, 58 right now in Medford. We should drop to 51 tonight. 40s east the Cascades, 48 for Mount Shasta City, and 56 for Brookings. So for the day tomorrow, just plan on plenty of rain, especially late morning, early afternoon. That's when it'll most likely be the heaviest before it changes over to showers. High is only going to be in the 60s. A lot of 60s will be in the forecast for tomorrow. So chilly day, but 49 is forecast high for Crater Lake. I was telling you about those record highs I was mentioning. Look at that. This is for Thursday. Medford, Klamath Falls, Montague, and Mount Shasta City all have record high temperatures being possible on Thursday of next week. So here we go with the Oregon coast forecast. Temperatures in the 60s and 70s for the next several days. The warmest days Wednesday and Thursday. For Northern California, rain tomorrow. Tuesday, we'll see some fog, and then we could be looking at a record high temperature possible on Wednesday. The record high is 83, forecast high is 83. Klamath Basin, rain for tomorrow, and then temperatures warm up. We could also be looking at a potential record high in Klamath Falls on Thursday. Record high is 79, forecast is 78. Cascades, we go from the 50s to the 70s for the next couple of days, and then the Rogue Valley, we could be looking at that record on Thursday.